She was getting hit with everything left and right, and I just said, I hugged her. I said, I'm so proud of you. I go, savor this. Use this as a formula. I said, but keep being you. I said, no matter what, keep being you.
Imagine this: Cheryl Miller, one of basketball's all-time greats, coaching NBA superstar sensation Caitlin Clark. Sounds like a dream team, right? Well, it might be closer to reality than you think.
Gosh, I love Cheryl.
With the Indiana Fever on the hunt for a new head coach, Cheryl Miller's name is lighting up the rumor mill. But what does Caitlin Clark actually think about the idea of being coached by a basketball legend? Her answer suggests a bond that goes deeper than the game itself, setting the stage for a partnership that could bring a championship to Indiana. In today's video, we'll dive into why Cheryl Miller is the ideal candidate to lead the Fever, uncover her true feelings about Caitlin Clark, and reveal what Clark really thinks about working with Coach Miller. Before we jump in, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Ready? Let's get started.
The Indiana Fever, they have fired everybody. Everybody. Their president, their general manager, and now their head coach, Christy Sides, gets bounced after just 2 seasons.
Christy's sudden exit from the Indiana Fever sent shockwaves through the WNBA, leaving fans and analysts alike wondering who will be the Fever's next head coach. Over 2 seasons, she led the team to a 33-47 record, a notable improvement that even saw the Fever reach the playoffs for the first time since 2016. On the surface, it looked like the team was making strides, but behind the scenes, issues were starting to mount. Christy's tenure was a mix of promise and frustration. Despite her success in bringing the Fever back to playoff contention, her coaching style faced heavy criticism, especially under high-pressure situations. The team's stats told a story of inconsistency, with defensive lapses and struggles to execute on offense in critical moments. Christy often struggled with making key in-game adjustments that might have turned the tide for the Fever. One of the most pressing concerns was the defense. Opponents consistently found ways to exploit gaps in the Fever's defensive schemes, and Christy seemed unable to make the necessary adjustments. Her player rotation choices also raised questions, with some decisions leaving fans and analysts puzzled. Even her ability to manage referees, a crucial skill in high-stakes games, seemed lacking. As the search for a new head coach begins, the Fever must consider who can address these weaknesses and build on the progress made.
So the WNBA is recognizing they're at an inflection point, and they're trying to level up, it seems like, with all of their staff, and it certainly seems to be going on with the Indiana Fever, that, hey, they got a great opportunity to level up here in terms of president, general manager, and head coach, and they're taking that opportunity.
Leading the Fever to their first playoff appearance since 2016, a clear step forward. Yet beneath this progress, struggles persisted. Despite guiding the team back to postseason action, Christy faced criticism for her coaching strategies, particularly in high-stakes moments. The Fever's performance was often plagued by inconsistency, with lapses in both defensive efficiency and offensive execution when it mattered most. Christy struggled to make critical in-game adjustments, which exposed the Fever to recurring defensive issues. Her rotation decisions sometimes puzzled fans, and even her handling of referees, an essential skill in tight games, came under scrutiny. But to be fair, Christy brought a lot of positive energy to the team. She fostered a sense of unity in a rebuilding roster and handled the intense scrutiny of a franchise in transition with grace. However, the Fever's management has set its sights higher. They aren't just aiming for improvement, they're gunning for championships. This ambition ultimately led to Christy's exit. The Fever's front office believes they need a coach who can drive the team to the top, and they're committed to finding someone who can transform the Fever into a WNBA powerhouse. While these decisions are always tough, it's clear that the Fever's leadership is focused on reaching new heights and bringing a championship back to Indiana. This brings us to a name that's electrifying the WNBA community, Cheryl Miller. A legend in her own right, Miller has unexpectedly emerged as a leading candidate for the Fever's head coach position. With a unique blend of experience as a player and coach, Miller's credentials are undeniable. Known as one of basketball's all-time greats, she's not just a Hall of Famer, but a proven leader with a knack for player development and a deep understanding of the game. Miller's potential impact could go far beyond tactics and play calling. As the first head coach of the Phoenix Mercury, she set the foundation for one of the league's most successful franchises. Later, she proved her ability to nurture emerging talent during her tenure at Cal State Los Angeles from 2016 to 2019, a skill set that aligns perfectly with the Fever's youthful roster. However, Miller would also face the challenge of adapting to today's fast-paced, analytics-driven WNBA, where modern offense, complex defenses, and rapid adjustments are key. Yet, her blend of old-school fundamentals with a willingness to innovate makes her an exciting candidate. When Miller coached the WNBA All-Star team in 2024, she displayed her signature competitive spirit and mentoring approach. She urged her team to bring their best against Team USA, balancing her focus on winning with her dedication to developing players. This balance of intensity and support could be exactly what the Fever needs to reach the next level. Perhaps most intriguing is her relationship with rising superstar Caitlin Clark. Miller has been a vocal fan of Clark's since her college days, applauding her remarkable skills and potential. During the All-Star practices, Miller and Clark seem to share a natural connection. Clark has spoken highly of Miller, describing her as a role model and praising her positive energy. Miller's unique ability to inspire young players aligns perfectly with Clark's competitive style. It's this mutual respect that could lay the foundation for a powerful coach-player partnership. Clark's rookie season has been historic, breaking records and drawing crowds across the league. Her no-look passes and deep three-pointers have made her a fan favorite and a focal point of the Fever's hopes for the future. But with her talent comes immense pressure. She's not only expected to perform, but also to carry the franchise's weight. Critics have questioned whether her stats tell the full story, adding to the pressure Clark faces each game. In this environment, Miller's influence could be invaluable, helping Clark manage the intense spotlight and navigate the demands of being the face of the franchise. In fact, Miller's own experience as a basketball icon who's faced similar expectations would make her an ideal mentor for Clark. She could guide Clark in managing media attention, handling pressure, and honing her basketball instincts. The two share a love for the game and a mutual drive to compete at the highest level, which could fuel their success together. So, as the Fever considers their coaching future, the possibility of a Cheryl Miller-Caitlin Clark duo looms large. Could this pairing of a legend and a rising star be the key to a championship run for Indiana? Championships are built on more than raw talent. They require a perfect blend of experience, vision, and leadership. As Miller's candidacy gains momentum, we're left to wonder, could her arrival mark the start of a new era for the Fever?